Welcome back. It says so right there. Welcome and back means welcome back. Hopefully your break was fun, relaxing. I ran an adult daycare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? Wait, sorry.
My parents are 80 and 76 years old, and they're failing in health. I shouldn't say they're failing in health. My mom had hip surgery end of October, beginning of November. Then developed an abscess in her hip socket wound thing. So she was in the hospital up until we got down there. Then, okay, you'll have time, okay, because you're doing it all wrong, okay, right? So then we had to deal with that and all that stuff, and then of course it was doctor visits and all these antibiotics, and so. As I told my pre-calcers, before break, this was actually before break, I told them this. I said, there will come a time in your lives when the roles will be reversed, okay? And where you will have to parent your parents, and you will have to re-raise your parents, and it's not fun. Because you think back in your childhood and how stubborn you were, and I laugh because a friend of mine has a 3-year-old, and we were talking on the phone the other day, and all I heard was the 3-year-old crabbing what they would want. I don't want to take a nap, and I don't want to do this, and that kind of thing. And I'm like, that sounds a lot like my parents. So we're going to take Unit 5 here, and we're going to break it up into 2 parts. Okay. So the first part of Unit 5 we're going to do yet before semester exams. Okay? So we got some stuff going on this week. We got 2 days of boot camp. We got 5.1 and 5.1.5, and then we've got a quiz this week, Friday. Then we come back next week. We've got a couple of days. We got a spot for some quiz corrections. We're going to take a practice exam next week in preparation for your final exam. We're going to have some exam review for 2 days, and then we don't know yet. We haven't gotten the finalized day and time of your final, but it will be one of these 3 days. And for you, it will be in here because I think everybody's in mine. Everybody's one of mine. Yep. So it'll be by grading section. And so whatever your Tuesday, Thursday class is, that's who you'll be taking the exam with in this room. Okay? All right? So there's that. Okay? And then after that, then we'll come back after exams. We come back with a conflict res day, and then we'll start back on the second part of Unit 5 on the 27th. Okay? All right? Love it. Okay? So you're going to have some homework, and we'll have plenty of time today to get stuff done and all that fun stuff, and so all good to go. I gotta move that down a little bit. That just seems to be kind of in the wrong spot. Oh, so much nicer. All right. Okay. So we are in your white warm-up packet, okay, or your white note packet, I should say. And so we have 2 warm-up problems for you to do. We've got to solve and we've got to simplify. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes to do those right now. For number 1, I got x equals 3. How do we know that I'm right? Or what's a way that we can prove that I'm right? What do you got, Gabe? Plug 3 back in for x, yeah. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 3 plus 4 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14, but it's really negative 2 times 7, so that's 14 minus 14. So on the left side, I get 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is also 0, so we get 0 equals 0, so it works out. So therefore, 3 is my answer. Get in that habit, plugging your answers back in. Because it's better to know if you're right 30 seconds afterwards than to not know and keep doing the wrong thing and doing the wrong thing and doing the wrong thing. Part B. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, we've got all these numbers, so the please excuse the parentheses, this would be that part first. So we got negative 2 plus 3 times, that's going to be 4. All over 4 times 3 minus 11 times 2. So we did the parentheses. Good on that one. Oh, let me, just so we say we did the parentheses. Like this instead. Okay. Now we got to move on to exponents. No exponents, so that's E. And it's my here, because we do M and the D at the same time, right? So we do multiplication first, and then division. So that means multiplication would be this one right here. So then that's going to become negative 2 plus 12. Multiplication is going to be this one. That's going to be 12 minus multiplication here would be 22. Okay. So we did all the M's. We got no D, so there's no division. Then it's A and S, right? Adding and subtracting, left to right, top to bottom. Okay. So on top, we would get 10. On the bottom, we would get negative 10. And 10 divided by negative 10 is negative 1. Yep, negative 1. So this simplifies all the way down to be negative 1. Questions on either one of those two? All right. Today we're going to focus in on, we're going to start, Unit 5 is all about solving a system of equations. Okay? A system of equations is when you have multiple equations all in one problem. So you're going to have 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 equations all in one, and we got to find the common solution to all of those. Okay? So one of the methods that we have for that is graphing. Now we've graphed a lot of lines in our day, but we've mainly been focused in on graphing just one line at a time. Okay? Now, I remind you from before break of our rules for graphing lines. Can anybody refresh my memory to our rules for graphing lines from before break? What's got to be outside the grid? The arrows that we put on the ends of them, right? Okay, that's one of our rules that we have, is that our arrows have to be off the grid. Okay, that's one thing. What's the second thing that we got to remember?
It has to be a straight line.
So what do we need to use in order to ensure that it's a straight line? A straight edge of some kind, okay? Can somebody give me some examples of some straight edges that we might have?
Card.
A card, like your ID card, okay? Another one? Piece of paper we could use. A ruler, okay? Edge of our 3-ring binder, if we got a 3-ring binder out, okay? Lots of different things that we have just on you right now that you can use. Do we ever draw our lines freehand? No, especially because now we're going to be putting multiple lines on the same grid, okay? And so we need to draw those lines in perfectly so that we get that perfect intersection point. Okay? With me? Okay, let's try this one. Okay? So, number 1 here says we want to graph the linear system of equations and find their common solution, their point of intersection. Then verify the solution for both equations. We'll get to that one. So let's deal with this one here first in blue. What can you tell me about that blue line? Well, yeah, Kim.
The slope goes down to over.
I don't know which direction over is. Santa did not bring me that as a gift yet.
Oh, over is 3 to the right.
To the right, okay. All right, so the slope is negative 2/3. So when we get to that point, we're going to go down 2 and right 3. Okay, what else do we know about that line? What do you got? It has a y-intercept of -3, so that means down 3 on the y-axis, I'm going to have an interception, or an intercept point, right? So that's right there. Now we can put those two together, right? So we've got a point that we start at, now we can go down 2 and right 3. What if I didn't want to go down 2 and right 3? I could go up 2 and left 3. I'd have to go the opposite of both of those. Then we're going to draw in our wonderful line. Again, going all the way across so that it's outside, so that our arrowheads are off of the grid. So we did that. Okay? Now, let's go purple. Purpley purple. Now we got to graph the purple line on the same grid. Okay? So what can you tell me about the purple line? Has a y-intercept of +2, so that's up 2 on the y-axis. Okay?
The x goes up 1 to
The x, I don't know what the x means.
the right.
The m, so the slope, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so the slope is
1.
1, so that give me two numbers in 2 directions.
Up 1, over 1.
Again, Santa still didn't bring me the word over for a direction.
Up 1 over 1 right.
Up 1, right 1. Okay? Or if I didn't want to go up and right, down and left. Down 1, left 1. Then we got to draw in that line. Right? And now we have to ask ourselves, did they cross? Yeah? Okay. That place where they crossed, there's either going to be 1 or none. Okay? 1 or none there. Okay? And that place that they cross, that's our point of intersection. Or the solution to the system. Huh? Where did they cross? -3 comma -1? 1, 2, 3, -1. I would concur that they intersected at the point -3 comma -1. Okay? Now, here's the verification part of that you should get into. This is my x or my y value. That's my x value. This is the y value. So I got to plug in -3 into both of these equations for x, and I have to plug in -1 in both of those equations for y. And they both have to be true in order for it to work. So I get -1 here equals -2/3 times -3 minus 3. -2/3 times -3 is +2. +2 minus 3 is -1, and -1 is equal to -1. So it works out in the blue equation. If I plug in -3 for x and -1 for y in the purple equation, I get -3 plus 2 is -1, and -1 is equal to -1. It's worked out. I've checked it. I've verified it. Now I can say that is my answer. Okay? You try now number 2. What can you tell me about the blue line? Yeah. So what does that mean? 2 directions, 2 numbers. Okay, I love it. Okay, perfect. Down 2 and right 1. Down 2 and right 1. Or bingo, up 2 and left 1. Love it. Okay, what else can you tell me about it? It does go through the origin because there's nothing after that 2x, so that's like a +0. So that gives me a 0 for the y-intercept. Up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, up 2 left 1, 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 down 2 right 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 1. Whoa. Definitely gotta go all the way across. Why do we go all the way across again? Do you remember? Just cause? Just because I'm the meanest of the means? Right now, on my problem, do I know where those 2 lines are going to intersect? No. So that's why we got to go all the way across. Right? Because we don't know where they intersect. Yeah? So for sure we got to do that one. All right, next one. Purpley purple. What can you tell me about it? Y-intercept -5. That's down 5 then, correct? 2, 4, 5. Okay. What else can you tell me?
The slope is down 1 and then right 2. Wait, no, up 1 and right 2.
I was going to say, because it's positive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Slope is up 1 and right 2. Up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. What if I didn't want to go up and right?
Down 1 and 2.
Down 1 and left 2. Do they intersect?
Yeah.
Where do they intersect?
2 comma negative 4.
2 comma negative 4. Okay. How do I verify 2 comma negative 4 is correct? Put 2 in for x and negative 4 in for y. So in my firstest one, it would be negative 4 equals negative 2 times 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 is equal to negative 4. In my second one, we would have negative 4 equals 1/2 times 2 minus 5. 1/2 times 2 is 1. 1 minus 5 is, and negative 4 is equal to negative 4. So we verified that it is correct. Okay? Now, if you look at your pink, I almost said purple packet. Pink packet, the district is running low on purple paper, so we can't. Because they like ran out of it like right off the start, right from the jump. Yeah, actual. Would I lie to you? I mean, I know I'd lie to her, but would I lie to you? Okay. 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 So if I'm looking ahead to numbers 1 through 8 on pages 2 and 3 in there, and I'm looking more importantly at 1 and 2, I'm okay with. 3 and 4. Ooh, let's look at number 4 here. Okay. What's on this top one here in number 4? I'm okay with that, right? Y-intercept is negative 1. Slope is positive 1, which means up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Yes? Okay. Now, my most importantest question is, what about that one? What am I going to solve it for? I got to solve it for y. So first thing, you got to move the x, and then you got to divide by what's in front of y. So that we get it in that y equals mx plus b form. So the first thing that we would do here is we would subtract x from both sides. And then that would give me 4y equals negative x plus 16. Then I would have to divide everywhere by 4. So I would divide there by 4, I would divide there by 4, and I would divide there by 4. And then that gives me y equals negative 1/4 x plus 4. Now what can you tell me about the purpley purple line? Y-intercept of 4 and a slope of negative 1/4 means down 1 and right 4, down 1 and right 4, down 1 and right 4. Okay? Handle? You have the remaining time to get those 8 graphs done. Most people are finishing well with plenty of time. I know, it's pretty tough.